All right, it is tea time in what has happened to Indies in this particular test series. It is a session that was dominated by two batsmen. They're piling on 69 runs, DOWRICH and Chase, and that has led West Indies to 197 for 6 in 65 overs. Chase still batting 15 not out, and then you've got Kuldeep Yadav with the pick of the bowlers for India, picking up 3 for 50. So in this particular session, it's the West Indies team that's put on 111 runs so far with the loss of 2 wickets. Okay, Ajit Agarkar, COURTNEY Walsh with me. COURTNEY, fair comment that I made. The best session for West Indies in the series so far?
Yeah, fair comment. I think it was a very good session. They would have liked not have lost DOWRICH wicket because both partnership was going well. But it's good to see them stringing together some partnerships and stretching it out. I thought both guys played extremely well, and the West Indies will be a lot happier where they are now as to where they were at lunchtime. So I shouldn't say happier, but a lot more comfortable. And only losing those 2 wickets would have sort of given them that bit of cushion that if they can bat the day out now would be the next challenge. But I think they're happy to where they are now in terms of runs, but probably a few wickets too many lost.
Okay, your wish may just come true. You were expecting 300 from the West Indies. They're on course to get that.
Yeah, batted really well, both those guys. Just application suddenly made things look so easy because it is a good pitch. I mean, Kuldeep Yadav probably was the only guy who troubled the batsman early on, and even then there were some real soft dismissals. Ambrose shot, Dowrich little bit unlucky again in my opinion. Yeah. Just touch and go that decision. But Chase done that before to India. He's got a really good 100 in the West Indies. Showed his class again. Just made things look so easy because they are this first day of batting in India. Usually, if you can apply well, it's the best time to bat, and there are boundaries for the taking, and they've played the ball on its merit. So really good session for the West Indies.
We'd love to discuss both those dismissals in detail, and we'll do that with Ajit and COURTNEY. But just talking about Chase, Ajit, you think he's looked like the best? We were talking about Shai, and along with him, do you think the best batsman of the West Indies?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even in that first game, he looked comfortably, plays spin really well, defends really well. So the good thing is now he's gone on and got that 50. Too many West Indies batsmen at the moment are getting to that 20-30s and throwing it away, which is not what you want on a first day after winning the toss. Fortunately for them, he's carried on and Holder's still there. So if they can put together another partnership like the previous one, West Indies could start to feel a little bit better.
Okay, we'll take a look at the record that Chase has got against the fast bowlers as well as the spinners as well. And remember, this is a second 50 in this particular series, his 7th 50 overall. And there, if you see, I mean, he's got enough runs against spin, and in fact ends up doing slightly better than he does against pace bowlers there. He's been dismissed 16 times with a spinner, but look at that average there of 50.31 versus spinners and average of 23.69. COURTNEY, do you think that's the secret of his success on the subcontinent, that he plays the spinners really well? One thing that you can clearly notice with him, he's very comfortable on the back foot, takes his time, plays the ball under his nose.
Yes, when he's in this sort of mode, then I mean, he's clearly more relaxed, more settled in, and this is how he bats, how he normally bats. Once he's not rushing around, he takes his time, he waits, he tries to read the ball off the wicket, and he plays each ball on its merit, and that's his best game. When he plays like that, I mean, it's very, very hard to get out. He doesn't give it away, and you can see that he's sort of settled in and he's very comfortable. I think the thing that happened with him was he was probably not getting any runs in the last couple of games he played, so his confidence might have been down. But he has shown composure in this inning. He's put everything together well. He's been the rock. I mean, the innings he's been playing, or he has played, and that he has played over the years for the West Indies, is similar to what he's doing now. And this is the Chase that you want to see, because when he bats like this, he's at his best.
Okay, as we just showed you that he's done really well against the spinner. In fact, has a better average against the spinner than the fast bowlers. And if you look at his average against India as well, he has a very decent record to boast about. There you see he's played 9 innings, 313 runs with an average of 44.71 with a highest of 137. Ajit, while all other batsmen, the Caribbean batsmen, look all at sea when it comes to the spinner. We spoke about Shai, look better against the fast bowlers than spinner. He's one you'd say it was an exception, looking very comfortable in these conditions?
Yeah, I mean, Ashwin and Jadeja, you expect both finger spinners. You know, there's not a lot of mystery about it. Okay, although Ashwin has a few up his sleeve, is Kuldeep. You know how easily he picked him, and was quite comfortable playing him off the back foot, and not because he wasn't reading him, because he was actually picking him. Strike, because it's still such a good pitch, and because Kuldeep at times can be a bit slow, the ball's gotten softer as well. There's perhaps not as much zip as there was in that first session, but you still have to pick him from hand, and it seems like the way he's gone about it, even the defense, the assurance when you defend a ball, which you don't find too often these days, he shows it in abundance. So just makes, watching that session, you knew that it was going to be very difficult to get him out.
All right, a tall batsman playing so well against spinners. I mean, that's a rare sight as well. Courtney, okay, let's talk about that dismissal of Ambrose. Now, you know, he was under a lot of pressure coming into this test match. There were talks of him not being part of the 11 as well. I mean, they reposed faith in him. He was part of the 11, but the kind of shots that he's been playing, that hasn't done his reputation any good.
No, he's got to temper his innings. I mean, it's test match cricket. He likes to get on with it. He's an attacking player by nature. But in test matches, you have to make that adjustments. You got to spend time at the crease, assess the situation, read the wicket, try and pick up the bowlers, and then look to see how you're going to score, make plans of where you want to score, and how you're going to go about executing the innings. And I think that, I mean, you could see that he's a good striker of the ball. But in test cricket, you're not going to be as aggressive and get away with it at this stage. Like, you know, you're as a seasoned campaigner, so he's got the temperament and show better temperament and shot selection as well. So he's got to spend more time at the crease, and I think that's where he's letting himself down, because he's got the ability to play. We all know that, but it's just his temperament now. He's got to temper that a little bit and show a little bit more patience.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just both, like Courtney said, you know, just has to sort of maybe try and calm himself down somehow. It happens so quickly sometimes in India or subcontinent when the spin's on. You know, inexperienced batsmen can have that sort of trouble.
Right, and that is what we've been seeing with Ambrose as well. A bit lucky, many expected him to be part of this particular match as well. Okay, let's talk about the other dismissal of Dowrich. What did you make of that?
Again, Umesh, you know, seems always to have that sort of knack on a sort of dead day, flat day. There was a little bit of swing, obviously. You know, at times he was, you know, couldn't get his radar right. Was a little bit too leg side-ish, but yeah, it was one of those. I thought it could have easily been umpire's call. If I was Dowrich, I'd feel a little bit unlucky. But there is a system in place, so you may as well take it. I think India finally get one review right, but again, it seemed like it was slipping down the leg to me, but hit the stump's flesh.
Okay, I let you take first strike on this one because Courtney had made a point about the dismissal of Shai earlier. But Courtney, was it identical? I mean, the two dismissals in every sense of the word. You know, the same bowler, the way they got out. You know, the ball hitting the pad, and then of course even the result of the DRS quite similar between Shai Hope and Dowrich.
Yeah, I think it was identical. I think when you look back at it, you realize that both batsmen sort of came over, shuffled over in the crease in a little bit more towards the off stump, trying to probably neglect the swing that he was getting and stuff, and probably went a little bit too far over. I still think that maybe it would have been, I thought when I saw them both that they might just be clipping leg or might be umpire's call, but I was proved wrong on both occasions. It's one of them things where maybe when you look back at it now, you're saying maybe Dowrich could have gone forward. I don't think Shai Hope could have gone much more forward to the one he got, but maybe Dowrich. But that's how he plays. I mean, and he was batting fantastic as well. So he would feel a little bit unlucky. The umpire said not out, and then good review from India, and it received it with the system, as Ajit said, that's in place. He was, you know, out. So there's not much you can do about that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's why the other thing is, I mean, as much as we can talk about the decision, I think Umesh Yadav, that's what he brings. You know, there was, the commentators kept talking about where he's going, but that on these flat surfaces, I think he's been doing a job for India. I mean, at times your numbers don't reflect it because it's much harder in the subcontinent, but that's what he does, and especially with the bowler down today, India needed something, and the spinners in that session, the batsmen looked very comfortable against spin.
Okay, and now I'll lead you to the dismissal that you wanted to talk about, the HETMYER dismissal. What do you think he was doing there?
Yeah, again, poor dismissal. I mean, even though he may not have picked the googly, it's landed fairly close to the stumps. Yeah, just again very soft. Yeah, just misjudgment. Just left the ball. I mean, it's very easy dismissal for India, really.
Okay, Courtney, what do you think that was? Lack of experience playing against some quality spin, or do you think that was elementary? He should have known better.
No, I think it was a lack of judgment from him in terms of he misread what was happening and left it alone. He hasn't been in the system a lot to say that, well, okay, he's an experienced player. So I think inexperienced game, and he was trying to be careful, made a bad judgment, and soft dismissal in the end, but that bad judgment on his part.
Okay, finally, now looking ahead to India would be looking ahead to taking those 4 wickets. Ravindra JADEJA would have to play a crucial role if he wanted to do that, but he's not looking as effective as you've seen in other matches.
Yeah, I mean, he's one bowler in this attack who requires, I mean, every bowler would like some assistance from the pitch, but with his style of bowling, he really needs, something to happen from the pitch. Otherwise, you can see how easily batsmen can play him, because at the pace that he bowls, is sometimes a little bit predictable. Tried bowling a bit slower, doesn't get the natural dip that maybe Ashwin or Kuldeep Yadav get. And that's why sometimes he misses out when the pitch is flat. India's gone with 3 spinners, hoping that it starts spinning later. Then it becomes very dangerous. But on days like this, he needs, Virat would be hoping he contributes a bit more.
Okay, we haven't had any update as far as Shardul Thakur is concerned, but now fair to say that it's looking tough because 2 sessions.
Yeah, I read somewhere he's gone for a scan, which obviously is not good news. I'd be very surprised if he plays any part in this test.
All right, that's not great news for the Indian team. Remember, it is now turning out to be slightly exciting with West Indies having piled on 197 for 6. Now remember, India would have to bat last on this particular track, which is already helping the spinners a lot, and then India could also be without one of their fast bowlers. Courtney, Watch, Ajit Agarkar, thanks so much for joining us. We've still got 1 session to go. It's day 1. West Indies batting first. 111 runs is what they got in the session between lunch and tea. Let's see how the final session pans out. That's all that we have for you on ESPN Cricket Format.